Hello, welcome to Brains. My name is Kingsley Agbuche. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be talking about HTML attributes. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, ensure you do that. Okay, so we're talking about HTML attributes. So HTML attributes are used to add additional information to an HTML element. Okay, so what do I mean? Now let's for instance we have h1. Okay, and this is just a normal h1 tag that has a content hello world. So if we view this in the browser, we're just going to have a normal hello world, which is dark, no color, no font size added, just normal h1, and color will be black. Okay, so let's see it in the browser. So you can see in the browser it's showing us what hello world. Do you get it now? So that's that. Okay, so but let's add an attribute to it now. Okay, let's add attribute to it. So let's add the style attributes, for instance. Let's add style attributes now. So let's say I want to add a color red. So this is a style attribute that takes a value, which is the CSS property, and property has what a value as well, which is what red. Okay, a style attribute that takes a value CSS property, then the property has a value red. So if we save this and open in our browser, things okay, you see that we're having what hello world, and the color has changed to what to red. So that's what attribute does to an element. It changes, it gives or add additional what information to it. Okay, you can also change the elements as well. All right, so we'll be seeing different types of attributes. So I will be starting off with the SRC attributes. SRC means source. Okay, so it is used with the image tag. It is used with the image tag SRC. Now, before I continue, all your attributes must be on the start tag. They must be on the start tag. As you can see for this h1, what I used was what is inside the start tag, not the end tag. Do you get it? It must be inside the start tag. So I'm using the SRC attribute, and it's used with the img, that's the image tag. SRC means source. Okay, now as you can see, I've not finished typing it, and Sublime is bringing it. It's showing me that this is what is an attribute. So SRC means source. Okay, so attribute takes what a name and what and a value. Right now this attribute's name is what SRC, and the value for this would be the URL. That means the path to the image, okay, path to image. All right, so that would be the value for this attribute. So the attribute is source SRC, then the value is the path to the image. Now this will not automatically bring an image address for us. Okay, we have to put the path here so that we can see the image. So now how do you do that? Now for this class, I created HTML folder, and I have some images inside. Yeah, I have 2 images, and this is the HTML that we are using. This is what we are using right now. So what you would do is, if you want to embed an image inside your HTML, first thing you need your img tag, then SRC attributes that takes the path to the image. Now I have 2 images. Okay, so you can see the images are in the same folder with the HTML that I'm using, so it will be very easy for me to locate where they are. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just put, it has to be the same name, X, it will break. So I have Kingsley. I want to view Kingsley.j. You can see the extension. I'm using the extension, and it has to be the same. It if not it's going to break. So let's save and view it in the browser. Alright, so I refresh. Now you see I'm having what Kingsley Agbode. So this is my image. So this is how to put image in your website. Do you get it now? This is how to embed image in your website. What did I do? I simply just used the img tag. That's what I did. Then I added the image to it, but it was very easy for me because why? The image is in the same folder with my HTML file. Do you get it now? So that's how to do it if you want it to be very easy for you. Okay, there's something called file paths, but I'll not be talking about that today. So I just want to show you how to put images into your website. So I've used the SRC attributes and I just put the image there using the image the file name. Okay, so SRC takes the file path. All right, always know that, and it's an attribute. SRC means source. Now source to the file path. So the value is always the file path, right? So you have to use it with the img tag. So now let's talk about width and height. Now if you can remember rectangle and square, you will know how to use width and height. Okay, so for rectangle, for instance, rectangle has a length and breadth. Okay, and we'll know that the length is always the longest, okay, and the breadth is the shortest. For square, they all have equal sides. That means the length and the breadth, they are the same. But in programming, we don't use length and breadth, we use width and height. Okay, so if you want to create something that is kind of rectangular, we have to make sure that the width is longer than the height. But if we want them to become to be the same, to look like a square, then we have to ensure that the values are the same. So for this my image, what I will do is I want to make it rectangular. So I will add the width attribute and say 400 for instance. Then I'll add the height and say 200. Okay, so when I save it now and go to our browser, it's definitely going to look like so it has changed. You can see it's looking like a rectangle. Okay, but if I want to make it a square, what I will do, I will make sure they are equal width and equal height. So I'll give it equal value. It depends on whatever you want to, you can play with it. It depends on the value that you want to give. Okay, so it depends on your choice, but let me just make it 400 with its width of 400, height of 400. Okay, so I'll go to my browser now and let's take a view. All right, so I think, yeah, this is it. It's looking like a square already with equal width and not equal height. Okay, so that's how to use width and height on images. You can play with the figures and of your choice. You can play with it. So that's that. Now let's talk about the href. Href is used to add a link to an element, mostly an anchor tag. Okay, so let's say for instance I want to go to my Facebook account from my website. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll add the href takes link, it takes the URL. Okay, it takes the URL. All right, this is the attribute name, which is href. Then it takes the link. Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's say I want to go to my website, my Facebook account from my website that I'm building, for instance, or from your HTML page. So I'll just do facebook.com/Kingsley G. Don't ask me what the G stands for. All right, Kingsley G. Agbode. Okay, so I'll say Facebook account. account. Okay, so basically the href is used to add link to your website. Okay, it can be linked to any website at all, but now I'm using it on Facebook. It takes me straight to my Facebook account. Okay, so now let's save and see how it works in let's save and see how it works in the browser. Now you can see Facebook account. Now when I click this, you see it's trying to load. It's trying to take me there. Just open my network. Good, my network is okay. So you see it took us straight to my Facebook account. Do you get it now? So you can add any other links here. So this is my Facebook account, Kingsley Aguche. So we got here from the link that we've added in our website or in our HTML page. Okay, so you can add whatever you want to add. You can put any URL that you want to put and it will take you straight there. All right, so I just use my Facebook account to explain this. This can be google.com. okay, this can be google.com and it will take us straight google.com and it take us straight to Google. Okay, so let me change this to Google. So this will take us straight to Google. So I'm saving this now, and if we go to our browser, all right, so you can see okay, let me refresh this. So this is Google. So when I click this now, it's going to take us, you can see it took us to what? Google. So that's how to add links to your website. Now how did we do that? We just combine the href attributes with the anchor tag. It's mostly used with the anchor tag. Okay, it's mostly used with the anchor tag. All right, so we have the anchor tag, we have the href attributes that takes in the value, and the value is always what? A URL. Do you get it now? So now that's that. Now let's talk about title. Title is used to add additional information to an element. Now how does it work? Let's say for instance I have an h1 tag, okay, that have an acronym which is WHO. Okay, now I want to tell my user that this is the meaning of WHO. I will use the title attribute. I will say it means World Health Organization. So organization, let me just spell it like this, World Health Organization. Okay, so now when we save this now and over on it in our website or in our HTML page, in our website we'll get an additional information about it, the WHO. So I'll go back now. WHO, right, is not saying anything yet, but when we're over on it, we'll see World Health Organization. So that's what the title is used for, to add additional information to the HTML elements, to give it a title. So when you over on it, that's when you see what's written there. Do you get it now? So what I wrote, World Health Organization, is what is there, is showing. So that's what the title does. Okay, so let's go back to our Sublime Text and continue. So let's talk about the style attributes. Now I can't finish this video without talking about the style attributes. It's very, very important. Okay, now in CSS there's what we call, there are different ways of styling HTML elements. We have the external styling, where you have to do it from another file. We have the internal, and then we have what called was the inline styling. So I want to use inline styling to teach you guys how to style an HTML element. Now the first thing you do is, like I said, it has to be on, every attribute has to be on or inside, it has to be inside the start tag. Okay, so now this is the start tag here. So let's say I want to style this. I use it in the beginning of the video, at the beginning of the video. So this is the style attribute. Okay, I want to style, I want to give it color color red. Why? Because I'm a United fan. Okay, so color red, font size, let's increase the font size to maybe 32. Now what I'm adding to this, they are what we call the CSS property to 32 pixel. Okay, 32 pixel. So I've added two CSS properties to the style attributes. Okay, all right, so this is used to style your HTML elements. Okay, so let me just save this and let's see it in the browser. So you can see Kingsley Igboche. Do you get it now? So it is used to style your HTML elements. Now you can play with it. You can use any. It can be used on any elements. Okay, it can be used on p tag, on any tag or any element as well. It can be used on p tag on any of them as well. You can use the style attributes to style it. Do you get it now? So let's talk about the input attributes. Okay, inputs what attributes. Now inputs are used to take information from the browser, and most times they are used inside a form. Okay, but for this video I'm not talking about forms, so let me just go to input straight. Now input takes a lot of attributes. The first one is the type of type attributes. Now the type can be different, can be of different type. Okay, the type can be of different type. Okay, so it can be type text. Okay, to take the text input, it can be type search. Okay, it can be type number. Okay, so it depends. It can be type password. All right, so at the end of this video, just play with it and you get the results. So let me just use only type text for us. Okay, that's when you want to take a text. When you take text value, now it takes type attributes. It takes what we call the placeholder, something like where you see enter a password here, enter a password, or enter your email. Since we are not using the password type, enter your email. Okay, this is a placeholder attribute. Then it also takes the value. Now I can set the value of the input that I want to see. You get it now? I can say, okay, let me leave this first. Let me show you what these guys are doing. So let me save and let's view in the browser. Okay, so you can see this is type. Now this is the input. So say enter your email. Do you get it now? So that's input. Now what you see, enter your email is what is the placeholder attribute that we put, but this is the input that takes what the text. Okay, and it also takes a value. All right, I can decide to set the value of. I can decide to set the value of the input by using the value attributes. Now input is used to get value from the user, but we can also set the value. So we can set the value by ourselves and say Kingsley at gmail.com. So this will set the value of the inputs. Okay, so let's use in the browser. This will set the value of the inputs. So you're seeing it has already changed the value to what Kingsley at gmail.com. Okay, but we can what remove it. All right, and we still are back to what enter your email. If I refresh the browser, I'll still get the value that I've set there. Okay, so I think this will be all for attributes. This will be all for attributes. Now if you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do that. Ensure you subscribe. We need subscribers, and ensure you also share the videos with someone as well. So far so good. In summary, we've covered HTML attributes. We did the SRC, we did the href, we did the title, we did the style, and we did the input attributes. All right, so that will be all for now. See you in the next video.